All right, if you would go and take out your textbooks and turn to page 105. Page 105 in your textbooks. If you're watching on YouTube, we are on Zoom today and uploading the recording from our Zoom session. So the audio may be just a little bit glitchy. Hopefully it'll be clear enough that you can follow along with us. And of course, a little bit different camera, different setup. So, but the good news is I get to, as we review for the exam, I get to actually call on my students and hear them, or at least get a response in the chat from Brecken at least. And then Gavin, Maddie, be sure to unmute your microphone if I call on you so that way I can hear your answer, because otherwise I'll just be standing here saying I don't hear nothing. But anyway, page 105. And on this page, you did the review numbers 1 through 6. Page 105, the review numbers 1 through 6. And did need to take care of one thing here real quick while you're turning. On page 105, numbers 1 through 6, you were practicing with some absolute value equations. And again, what's unique about an absolute value equation, Maddie?
You're going to have two answers.
Right, we're going to have two answers, which is definitely a little bit different, right? And how is it that we wind up getting two answers, Gavin?
You have to find two equations.
Right, we're going to end up having to make two different equations as we work. So a little bit different setup here. Now, they weren't all absolute value, but the last couple of them were. So the last couple of problems will end up having two answers. Let's go and see how we did on these, but we'll start with Brecken. Brecken, what did you get for number 1 there on page 105? From the homework, page 105, review 1 through 6. What did you get for number 1? Maddie, help them out.
2.
X equals 2, there we go. How about number 2? Let's go to Gavin.
-1.
Say that one more time.
-1.
Shouldn't be -1. Maddie?
-11.
-11. Brecken, we're going to come back to you for number 3 and see if we can get you going in here on the chat. Number 3, what did you get? Gavin, bail him out. I don't know if we might have lost Brecken. Gavin, go ahead.
-8.
-8 is correct. There we go. Okay, Noah's coming in here. See if he can finish connecting all the way. Looks like he is in. And good morning, Noah. If your microphone's not working, maybe say something in the chat there on your device. Let me know once you are in. Let me know, just confirm that you can hear what I'm saying, Noah. And I think we may have lost Brecken. I don't know, maybe he decided to take a nap. Okay, Noah can hear me. We got something in the chat from him. So we are looking at your homework, Noah, from last night. We're on page 105, and you did the review 1 through 6 on this page. So if you'll go ahead and have your book out and open. We're going to go back to Maddie for number 4. What did you get for your answer?
-6.
-6. All right, Noah, let's see if you're there. Number 5 was an absolute value equation. So the first thing we had to do was isolate the absolute value. Add the 3, divide away the 2, and that would get the absolute value isolated. Once it's isolated, remember we said equal to both positive and negative, making 2 different equations, which is going to give us 2 different answers. Noah, on number 5 from page 105, what were your 2 answers? Let's go to Gavin. Help us out here. Gavin, what did you get for your 2 answers?
9/4 and -7/4.
No, but fortunately, Noah did get his answers in there. 3 and 1 are the correct answers. Let's take a look at this real quick here. So again, we're given the absolute value. We need to get the absolute value isolated. So I'm going to move the negative 3 over as a positive 3. That'll give me 2 times the absolute value of 4x minus 8 is equal to 8. Did you do that initial step, Gavin, or did you perhaps subtract the 3 and get a 2 right here?
Yeah, I subtracted the 3.
I wondered, make sure when you move it over as the opposite. When it changes sides, it changes signs. Then, of course, from here, we would divide away the 2 to get 4x negative 8, absolute value equals 4. And now you're making 2 separate equations with that. How about number 6? Back to you for redemption gap. Maddie, help us out. Oh, there he is. Never mind. Go ahead.
Negative, I got negative 4/5 and negative 8 over 5.
There we go. Negative 4/5 and negative 8/5 is correct. All right. Does anyone need to see any of those worked out? Do we need to see? And I've got 2 Noahs now. This is really weird. Do we need to see any of these worked out besides number 5, which I started on the board? Anyone from the chat? Anyone just unmute and call it out if your microphone's working? All right, we'll assume we're good to go on those then. Turn over to page 199 now. Page 199. And you did numbers 1 through 21, every other odd. Let's go over the answers very quickly, and then I'll take any questions that you might have and be prepared to give me some feedback. Again, perhaps using the chat, letting me know how you did. Number 1, that's just a polynomial. It's not a trinomial, monomial, binomial. It's just a polynomial, 5 terms. Notice it is already in descending order, which is nice. And it's a 4th degree polynomial. Remember, for a polynomial, you're going to take the degree of the highest degreed term. Well, the highest degree term is the 4th degree, so it is a 4th degree polynomial. Number 5, you're just going to combine like terms, end up getting 2x, negative 10. For number 9, you're multiplying sign, understood positive, number 12, letter, x to the 5th. For number 13, you're raising a power to a power. Multiply those exponents, x to the 12th. Number 17, we're going to first of all have to cube that first monomial. And let me come to Maddie here, since your microphone is perhaps the most reliable. Maddie, when you cube the first monomial, what do we get?
27x to the 6th, y to the 9th.
Excellent. And then in addition to cubing that first one, we also have to square that second one. What do we get there?
4x squared, y to the 8th.
Excellent. And now it's just a matter of multiplication. They're both positive, so we get positive. The number should give us a 108. We'll add the exponents. Now, we were multiplying the exponents because we were raising powers to powers. Now we're adding the exponents because we're multiplying like bases, x to the 8th, y to the 17th. And then number 21, you're distributing the negative 2x cubed. Should get an answer of negative 2x to the 5th, negative 2x to the 4th, positive 8x cubed. Was anyone perfect on all? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. Anyone perfect on all 6? Let me know in the chat, or just unmute and let me know that way. Anyone perfect on all 6? All right, questions. Which ones do we need to see worked out? We went in and showed Maddie's problem, number 17 already. Any others that we need to see worked out? Say, I didn't get that answer. Can you show me what I should have done? You can type it in the chat, or Gavin and Maddie just unmute and let me know what you need. Going once. Going twice. All right, I want you to work on numbers 2 through 22, the even now. They're on page 199. Page 199. 2 through 22, the even. There at your seats. Gavin and Noah, if you're still with me, would you please type something in the chat so I know that you're still in the session? Noah found his mic. Excellent. All right. And Gavin's still there. Did I say Gavin? I meant Brecken. But yeah. But that's true. I haven't heard from you lately, Gavin, either. So, oh no, I did. I was on the episode. But get Brecken. I need to hear from you. Fix the mic. I can't read. Once you've finished 2 through 22 to even, just type done in the group chat. And once you finish these 11 problems, type done in the group chat. All right, Noah's finished. Gavin's finished. While we're waiting for Maddie to finish, let's go ahead and test your mic there. Oh, good, Maddie's done it. Noah, let's test your mic and see if I can hear you.
Testing, testing.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. I can hear you loud and clear. That's awesome. Okay, good. Well, tell you what, Noah, stay unmuted. We're going to start with you. What do we have in number 2?
A polynomial.
And what degree is the polynomial?
Third.
Third degree. Good. The terms in order are third degree, second degree, first degree, and 0th degree. But we're going to keep the degree of the highest degree as our degree of the whole polynomial. Excellent. Let's go to Gavin, number 4.
Second degree trinomial.
Well, it is a trinomial, and your leading term is second degree, but that's not the highest degree in the polynomial.
Oh,
Is it?
I see now. Third degree.
Third degree trinomial, that middle term is third degree. So they don't have it in descending order based on the degree of the terms. They do have it descending based on the x, though. You see how the x is still descending, but the other letters aren't necessarily ascending. Number 6, Maddie, what did you get for your answer?
Negative x squared, negative 2x, positive 7.
Excellent job. Number 8, let's go back to Noah.
Negative 2x, negative 6.
Careful here. Remember, when you remove parentheses preceded by the negative, you've got to change the signs. So the 6x negative 8 is going to stay there, but we're going to change to a negative 8x, which you did, and a negative 2, which I think you may have failed to account for. So you're right about the negative 2x here, but it should be negative 2x.
Negative 10.
Negative 10. There we go. Let's go to number 10 to Gavin.
Negative 12x to the 8th.
On number 10? Well, let's go sign number letter here, Gavin. What
I
should
see it now. Yeah. It's a positive.
It is a positive, but look at your exponents. I've got an x squared and an x to the 5th.
Yeah.
When I add those exponents,
It looks like a 3 to me at first, so yeah.
so careful. We don't want to make that mistake on the exam, right? Make sure we're very careful.
Yes.
And that's one of the things, by the way, when you finish your exam early, you go back and double check, right? You look over everything and make sure that I read every exponent correctly. Did I really make sure I accounted for every sign correctly? Positive, 12x to the 7th, our answer. Number 12, Maddie.
45x to the 4th, y 6.
Good, a positive 45x to the 4th, y to the 6th. Number 14, Noah.
X to the 15th.
X to the 15th, very easy one there. Tell you what, Noah, let's stay with you and have you do number 16 as well. I don't want to insult your intelligence there with number 14.
Negative 8x cubed, y to the 6th.
Excellent job. Number 18, Gavin, we've got to square, then we've got to cube, then we've got to raise to the 4th, and then we got to multiply everything together. So what do we get when we square that first monomial?
Negative 2x to the squared, y squared.
Well, my sign, I've got a negative being raised to an even power. If you have a negative
Positive 2x.
raised to an even power, it's going to give you a positive. And then I've got a 1 that's being squared. What is 1 squared?
1.
1. And you're right about the x squared or y squared. It should have been a positive 1 x squared, y squared. So keeping that in mind, what should we get when we cube the negative xy for the next term?
X cubed, y cubed.
And it would be the understood 1. We don't have to write that 1. What about a negative being raised to an odd power?
Negative.
Negative. And then what about the negative xy being raised to the 4th power? What does that give us?
Positive x to the 4th, y to the 4th.
There we go. Positive 1 x to the 4th, y to the 4th, or just positive x to the 4th, y to the 4th. All right, so now we're ready to multiply, Gavin. And I've got a positive times a negative times a positive. That's how many negatives, obviously?
1,
Just the 1, and if there's only one negative, my answer is going to be
negative.
negative. The only numbers are all 1s, which 1 times 1 times 1 is just
1,
1, which we can leave under
3,
And as we multiply like bases, we're going to add the exponents to get
9,
x to the 9th
and y to the 9th.
and y to the 9th. And that should have been our answer, was a negative x to the 9th, y to the 9th. Does that make sense now, Gavin?
Yes.
All right. Number 20. This is not a series of monomials. It is a monomial times a polynomial. We've got to distribute. Maddie, what do we get for our answer on number 20?
Negative 8x to the 4th, negative 14x cubed, negative 10.
You did really well initially. You got the initial distribution, the negative 8x to the 4th. On the next one, careful. Negative times negative should give me a
Positive.
positive 14x cubed. And then on the next one, you correctly said negative times positive is negative. 2 times 5 is 10. But your x squared times nothing there, the x squared vanished. The x squared is still in existence, even if it has no friends. So don't lose your x squared there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. And number 22, let's come back to Noah. When you distributed the 3x squared, what did you get?
3x to the 4th, negative 3x cubed, negative 18x squared.
Excellent job there. All right, I was able to work just a couple of these on the board. Are there any others we need to see? You say they got the right answer, but I didn't. Could I please see it worked out? Any of these we need to see worked? You can just unmute and call it out. All right, anyone get all of them correct? Go ahead and unmute and just let me know you got all 11 problems correct. Anyone like that? All right, so then I assume the ones that we missed, or one of the ones that we missed, we understand now. Let's certainly hope that's the case. Turn back to page 105. Turn back to page 105. One of the big things we've been working on lately is word problems. And you haven't been tested on word problems yet, meaning that word problems are going to be a large part of this exam. I believe you have an entire page of nothing but word problems on your exam. So we want to make sure we're good to go here. And on page 105, I almost assigned these for homework and then thought, yeah, we'll go over these together one at a time. Take it easy. You had some other studying to do last night with other exams. I guess I'm just a softie. But anyway, page 105, and we're going to work these 4 word problems. We're going to do them one at a time. So what I'd like you to do at your seats is take just a couple of minutes to work number 7. Once you've got it finished, let me know that you're good to go. Page 105, word problem 7. Once you're finished, let me know in the group chat. Wow, Gavin's got it already. Maddie's got it. No pressure, no. And Noah's got it. All right. For starters, let's go to Gavin first of all. Gavin, how many unknowns did you have?
2,
And what were they?
wins and losses.
And which one did you choose to be X, Gavin?
Losses.
How did you represent your wins?
4x,
Why did you represent it 4x?
because the sentence says that they won 4 times as many as they lost.
Good, 4 times as many. If it said 4 more, it would be x plus 4. But it said 4 times as many, so 4x. What was your equation?
5x equals 25.
And you set it up this way, why?
Because there's 5 x's. Well, no, there's not 5 x's, but you put them together
Why did you put them together?
because you would have done it anyways in the equation if you would have put 4x plus 1x.
Right, but why did you add? How did you know to add? Because do we always add?
No,
No, we do a lot of the times, right? But you know, the point I'm trying to make is we don't just add because it's what we always do. There's a reason we add. Why did you add these together? There isn't even a clue word here, right? It's something you had to sort of understand about the problem.
it's you're trying to find. I don't know. I'm trying.
Because they played 25 basketball games. And it could have said this, right, Gavin? It could have said after playing a total of 25 basketball games, correct?
Correct.
Right. It didn't actually use the word total, but because it was sort of implied, there were a total of 25 games, of which in basketball, you always win or lose. There are no ties in basketball. So because the total was implied, we said, well, total games, add them together, 5x equals the 25. Of course, when you divide it away to 5, you got x is equal to
5
which is your number of
losses.
which means how many wins?
25. I mean 20.
20. And the problem asked, how many games did they win? So we only really care about this number right here. If it asked what was their record, we would say 20-5. It only asked about the wins, 20 wins. Noah, Maddie, did you get those answers, or did you get that answer for number 7?
C.
Yes.
All right, excellent. Number 8 now. Number 8. We're going to take just a couple minutes. Again, let me know when you're finished in the group chat. Of course, Brecken, I know you'll be watching on YouTube to where you can't let me know if you have questions in the group chat, but certainly have to email me if after watching this YouTube video you have questions on anything we've gone over. I don't want to exclude you from the opportunity to ask questions just because it's not working today. So once you watch this YouTube video, you have any questions, make sure you ask and give you the help that you need before Friday's exam. I know it's finished. Yeah, it's finished. Yes, that's your man. let's take a look at these together. And this time, Noah, we'll go to you for this one. How many unknowns did you have?
3.
And what were they?
Jeff, Chad, and Lane.
Good, Jeff, Chad, and Lane. Now, specifically, how many marshmallows each of them ate? I'm not sure if this is just a like straight, like how many marshmallows can you eat, or if it's one of those. I don't know if you've ever played this game where like you got 2 people and one person tries to catch them in his mouth or something like that. You ever done that, Noah?
Yeah.
Have you ever been the one to try to catch them in your mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. See, people with big mouths do really well with that sort of thing. But anyway, I'm picking on you. Which one of these unknowns gets to be X, Noah?
Lane.
Why?
Because it goes back to her.
Okay, I was going to assume Lane was a guy, but we can go with a girl. After all, big mouth. I'm just kidding, Maddie. All right, so Jeff eats more than Chad, who eats more than Lane. So in the end, it comes back to Lane. Now notice, it does not describe Jeff ate this many more than Lane, or this times as many as Lane, or half as many as Lane. Jeff is described in terms of Chad, but because Chad is described in terms of Lane, it comes back to Lane. It means we need to base Chad off of Lane. How do we represent Chad?
X plus 5.
X plus 5. And then Jeff is based on Chad. So we're going to base Jeff off of Chad to get what for Jeff?
X plus 12.
Good. X plus 5 plus 7. 7 more than Chad. Or I like your answer, X plus 12. It's a little more concise. Let me stop here and ask Gavin and Maddie, did you get the unknowns represented X plus 12, X plus 5, and X?
Yes.
Okay, Maddie's good to go.
No.
No. Okay, Gavin, did you have Lane as X?
No.
Okay. Who did you have Chad as X?
Yes.
You can work it this way. It's just not quite as convenient. I'm going to come back and rewrite this in a second. So you said because it said Jeff ate 7 more than Chad, you had Chad as X. And I'm guessing Jeff was X plus 7?
Correct.
All right. Now, how did you represent Lane since Chad had 5 more than Lane?
X minus 5.
That is correct. So what you had, Gavin, is not wrong. Look, we just lost Noah. What you had, Gavin, is not wrong. It's a little bit different, but it works. And there will actually be times we'll have to do things sort of like this. So yours will work. Now, your answer for X in your equation will be different, but you'll get the same actual answers when we work it out. Tell you what, Maddie, let me come over to you since Noah just disappeared, and I don't know if that was his way of trying to get out of this thing. You had X plus 5, X plus 7, which honestly, truly, Gavin, in the long run, this is going to be the better way to go. But, or not X plus 7, X plus 12, 12 more than, or 7 more than Chad. What was your equation then, Maddie?
3x plus 17 equals 254.
Which that's a lot of marshmallows, by the way. And so to solve, you have to do 2 things.
You need to move the positive 7 and make it a negative 17.
That'll
And then
give
you
us
subtract
3x equal,
237.
all right. And then when you divide it by 3, you got
X equals 79.
X equals 79. So that means who ate 79 marshmallows then?
Lane.
Lane, because Lane was your X. How many did Chad eat?
84.
84. And then how many did Jeff eat?
91.
91. That's a lot of marshmallows. Now, Gavin, in your case, your equation should have been a 3x positive 2 equals 254, correct? So Maddie, mute, Gavin, unmute. There we
Correct.
go. Gavin, was this your equation? 3x plus 2 equals 254?
Sure.
Okay, and so you subtract, you put a negative 2 over here to get 252 equals 3x. You divide it by 3 to get, what is that, 84, correct?
Yes.
So you said you still had Chad as 84, you still had Lane as 79, and you still had Jeff as 91, correct?
Yes.
So same answers, just obtained a little bit differently, still correct. The only actual answer though is how many did Jeff eat? And that is 91 marshmallows. All right, any questions on this one? Seems like we're both good to go. All right, go ahead and work on number 9, and hopefully Noah gets back in with us. We'll work on number 9. All right, let's see if we can get Noah back in here. All right, so Noah, we're working on word problem 9. The answers very quickly. The last word problem should have been 91 for Jeff, which was the question asked, 84 for Chad, and 79 for Lane. Did you get those answers, Noah? Can you hear me, Noah? Does Noah even actually exist? Using deep questions of life. Try that class on Zoom. There's Noah. I see the mic is working. Oh, no, didn't hear anything. Try again.
Okay,
Oh, there we go. I heard you.
it's working now.
Okay. Did you get those answers for number 8?
Yes.
All right, Gavin. All right, we're working on number 9 now. I'm not sure if you went and jumped ahead or if you spent this last time trying to get the Zoom working again, but working on number 9. And so far, none of the others are finished, at least not that they've indicated. Unless that was Gavin's indication. There he was wowing the meaning of life. All right, Maddie's finished. With number 9. Yeah, that is finished. All right, Maddie, this is yours. How many unknowns did we have on problem 9?
2
And they were
before lunch, after lunch.
All right, before and after. And which one did you choose to be x?
Before.
Before. And how did you represent after?
2x.
2x. And you based that on what statement?
After lunch they traveled twice as far as before lunch.
Very good. What was your equation?
3x equals 630.
Good. And again, it didn't use the word total, but it was implied, right? There was a total of 630 miles that they traveled throughout the day. Part of the day would be before, part of the day would be after. Your answer for x is
210.
210, which means that they traveled 210 miles
Before.
before lunch. And how many miles after?
420.
420, you add that together, yes, indeed, it gives 630. And the only thing they were interested in was after lunch. So 420 miles should be our answer. Gentlemen, did you get the same answer that our young lady got?
Yes.
No is good to go.
Yes.
All right, number 10. Number 10. And we'll call that good for our first day of review. We'll do more review tomorrow, but this will be our last problem for today. Wow, Gavin's finished already. You were working ahead, were you, Gavin? Noah's done, and Maddie's done. All right, Gavin. How many unknowns did you have?
3.
3, and what were they?
Israel, Germany, and Egypt.
Israel, Germany, and Egypt. You ever been to any of these countries, Gavin?
No.
No, me neither. I've never been out of the US of A, sad to say. You've been to Japan, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Any other foreign countries besides Alabama?
No.
That was a joke. It's okay. I live in Alabama, Maddie, so I'm just picking on Alabama. Anyway, all right. Which one of these did you choose to be X, Gavin?
Germany.
All right. It's about twice as long in Israel as in Germany. 3 days than in Germany. In this case, both times it comes back to Germany. So Germany is the easy choice for X here. How did you represent time spent in Israel?
2x.
And time spent in Egypt?
X minus 3.
All right. I guess the thought being, other than the pyramids and the Sphinx, what is there to look at in Egypt? Germany, there's all kinds of interesting things to see. And then Israel, that would just be an incredible place to be able to visit. What was your equation?
4x minus 3 equals 17.
And once again, we add them all together because the total trip was 17 days. To solve, we need to do what first?
Add a positive 3 to the negative 3 and do it to the other side as well.
There we go. Or you could just move it over as a positive 3 as long as you don't forget to change the sign, right? And I will say if you are tempted to forget to change the sign, then go ahead and do it this way to make sure that you get it correct. And then, of course, load it with x is equal to
5.
5. All right, so how much time was spent in Israel?
10 days.
10 days. Time spent in Germany?
5 days.
5 days. And in Egypt?
2 days.
2 days. And I suppose if I were an archaeologist, I'd spend a lot more time in Egypt. But if I was a tourist, 2 days is probably plenty. Did you all get these answers? Maddie, Noah, did you get these correct also?
Yes.
Good,
Yeah.
Maddie? And good, Noah. All right, I'm not going to give you any homework. Tomorrow we'll do some more review here on Zoom, and hopefully Brecken can make it. I want you to stay with me for just a moment here. Let me go ahead and end this recording.